know, we're getting really deficient of nutrients in here. We haven't eaten in a few days. We really got to find food. Hey, I've gotten into the muscle. We've torn down the muscle. And it's been now a week. We can't find any food. Hey, we're going on 10 days, 2 weeks. I'm burning the protective layer of fat that you put on, but it's going fast. We got to find food. Hey, we're going on 3 weeks. We're almost out of your protective layer of fat. If you don't find food, we're going to die. Oh, thank God we found food. Eat it, eat it. And when you eat it, don't worry. I'm just going to take the first amount, just enough to keep you alive, and I'm going to take the rest, and I'm going to store it in another protective layer of fat in case this ever happens again. See, your body's really intelligent. When you're starving, it will use that protective layer of fat to help you to survive. But the minute you get to eat again, then it will minimize the number of calories it needs to keep you alive, and it will take all the excess and it will store it as fat. Now, I want you to fast forward a little bit, and some friends of yours go, hey, I'm going on this diet. You want to go on it with me? Well, how does it work? Oh, we just like live on water and lemon juice and maple syrup, and then we lose a bunch of weight. Oh, well, that sounds good. Well, sure, you lose a bunch of weight because your body is going to burn that protective layer of fat. Your body knows what's happening. It doesn't know you're on the Master Cleanse. Your body thinks that you're a wandering tribe and you can't find food. And so it burns your protective layer of fat, and you're like, woohoo, this diet really works. But then what happens when you start eating again? Remember that little conversation your body was having with you? All of a sudden your body says, don't worry, I'm going to put that protective layer of fat back on. And all of a sudden you've done what's called a yo-yo or a rebound, or as one gentleman said so hilariously, they got it back with interest. And we've seen that happen. So here's the great part. The reason I tell you that story is because we're the only people who got it right. See, every other diet is based upon starvation, and it starts with 3 letters. And what are they? D-I-E. And then they put a little T at the end. It's like a cross, right? And there you go with your die cross. And you wonder why your body isn't responding the way it should be in the long run. And the reason why is because your body thought it was dieting when you were dieting. Now here's what we do. We have a program, and we are going to reprogram your cells. And it happens like this. Every 4 hours, 3 times a day, you're going to take what we call the master amino acid pattern. Now, how many people know that our master amino acid pattern is in the physician's desk reference, that there are 30 double-blind clinical studies, that it's used in hospitals and by doctors, and it does something nothing else in the world could do? It reverses muscle wasting. Muscle wasting happens when you're paralyzed, when you are in a coma, when you have had renal failure and you're on a dialysis machine and you can't consume protein, then your muscles waste and you die. Because your muscles actually help capillaries. Your muscles actually help push blood through your system. And when you don't have musculature to do that, you will die. The master aminos were created to put muscle on someone in a coma, to put muscle on someone who's paralyzed. And when I saw that, I said, that's for me. Because you don't have to work out, and the master aminos will put muscle on you. But here's the important part. Remember that when you were starving, your body said, okay, I've burned through your protein of your muscles for energy. Now I'm going into the fat. Did you hear me say that? You see, your body will always take protein before it takes fat. And in our program, we are programming your muscles to be anabolic. That means your muscles are actually going to be building up while you're on this program. And when your muscles are building up, they can't be breaking down. Because if your muscles were breaking down, then your body would not be using fat for energy. We absolutely stop the body from using protein as energy. We force the body to use fat as energy. And as a result, lose that protective layer of fat, and here's the second secret. Remember what Ann Wigmore taught us about cellular starvation and how that leads to disease? Well, what if your cells were not only not starving, but were totally saturated with nutrients, oversaturated with nutrients? Would your cells believe they were starving? And the answer is no. So if you don't have any cellular starvation and you don't have any muscle wasting going on, then your body only has one thing to do, and that's to efficiently eliminate the stored fat. But in the end, when the stored fat is gone, does your body say, wait, let me put the protective layer of fat back on? It doesn't. You see, the body now knows it's satisfied at the cellular level. It doesn't need the protective layer of fat. And that is the reason why our system works. It's based on a system. It is based on science. It's based on human physiological need. And every other diet is based on creating ketosis, starvation, dehydration, stimulation, and that can't work. It just can't work.